Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with another episode of Bob's and Angel's Seablock, and I want to try and make some progress this episode, which I know sounds crazy, doesn't it? But the last few episodes we've kind of been just in a bit of a spiral with our power. We've been increasing power, we've been building a little bit, adding more power, running out of charcoal, and we're still not in a great place. We're not in a fantastic place. We've got some power issues with the main area. When this is all running, it's a little bit hefty. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care, because if we don't make progress, what's the point? What's the point at all? So, what we've had researched for a while is the advanced metallurgy and iron smelting. And in fact, we should really research copper smelting. Do we have? Yeah, we've got some stuff in there. Excellent. So these require some items, and excuse me. We're gonna need one of these, and it needs some steel. That's a problem. What do we need to make some steel? I thought we could do it. 2 steel plate in a chemical furnace. There we go. All right. We need some oxygen. We have some oxygen. That's cool. So you know what? Let's also, while I think about it, let's get a few. We'll make a few of these. Maybe we'll make 5 of these. And I want to get some overflow valves. There we go. Let's get, for now, let's get 3 of these. All right. So this will allow us to build up a little bit of supply, and it's a very, very minute amount of supply at this point. In fact, while I think about it, why don't I move these furnaces up here? All right. Not furnaces. What are they called? Flare stacks. There we go. All right. And that'll give us a little bit more room. So that's not what I wanted to do, though. That is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was put in a overflow valve like that and like that. And then another bit of pipe connecting that up. Sadly, we may be eating into that space just a little bit. We're out of ground there. All right. Okay, so now what we have is we have a supply of a small supply of gas. Really? Oh man. All right. Well. There we go. Now we have 2 more of these. 2 more of these. We can pop 1 more over here. I'm sure we can find a place for the other one that's not too outrageous. There we go. All right, we've got a small supply of these as a buffer, but I want to do the same thing over here. Oh, this is a little less likely, isn't it? All right, let's get our small inline tank. Let's get you coming down here. Pipe there. And the flare stack can go there. And then we just need to power it up. Alright, there we go. Easy peasy. And let's get you picking up from there. Alright. That's all operational. So, with this, we now have some oxygen stored, and if you're not familiar, these overflow valves. So this fills up, and once we have more than 80% of it, it goes across. So as you can see, this is sitting at 80. Whenever this is above 80, this works and it flows through, and we burn it off. So we're burning off the same amount now, but we just have a buffer of 2,000. It's not much, but it'll allow us to make some steel. All right, where was our chemical furnace? Stone chemical furnace. 5 stone, 2 iron. 1 stone furnace, 2 iron. That's the same. This just takes away an intermediate step. Alright, well, we'll do that. I think 1's probably going to be enough, to be honest. There we go. You are going to make some steel plate. Oh, you actually do need fuel. You can't just burn oxygen. Alright. That's okay, I guess. We're not exactly flush with charcoal, I've got to say. There you go. There you go. At least you don't need power. That is a bonus. We've got a bit of algenic acid on us. We should also be making some handcrafting some wooden boards while we wait. All right. So you need 8 iron plate makes 2 steel plate. It doesn't seem great, but that's okay. So how much steel do we need? First of all, I think we need to be looking at what we are actually doing. So we want to make iron ingots. We want to make iron ingots in a blast furnace. So we'll need a blast furnace. We'll need an induction furnace to turn that iron ingot into molten iron, and then we'll need a casting machine to turn it into iron plate. So we start with one of these, which needs 12 steel, and then we need another 15, so that's 27 steel plus another 9, so we need 36 steel. All right, and what do we say? 4 steel to 4 iron to 1 steel, so 36 times 4. 36 times 4, 140. 36 times 4, 146. I mean, that almost works out too well. That's why I was taken aback. I'm like, that stack is like the perfect amount. So this is going to give us the steel we need. Honestly, we might as well just speed things up and get it to happen. And I'm just going to super quickly. Well, actually, I just realised what the problem is there. We need a box. We need a box. We need a box. There we go. Let's just pop it somewhere where we can actually put stuff in, and away you go. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna really quickly pause it, and we'll let that run. It'll also get us some other materials while it's happening. So I think this is good. All right, we'll be back in a second. And just like that, we're back. Okay, this ran through. There's still 4 left, but it needs 8 to actually run. But we've got, what do we get? 38 plate, 38 steel plates. So that should be enough to get all our things going. We've got a bit more iron, a bit more landfill, and our science, our copper smelting has finished. So we are actually going to need, all that again. Look at that, another perfect amount. We're going to need another bunch of that stuff, so that we can make the same thing with copper. And all right, what we're going to do is we're going to build it out this way. I think we're going to build it out this way, and let's just see what other materials we need. I think I'm going to need some stone brick, but that's all right. We've got a bunch of stone ready to go. Let's see. First of all, we need a blast furnace. Which is, we are missing stone brick. All right, I knew it. I could sense it. 1 blast furnace. There we go. And then we'll need more stone brick and more stone brick. It's all good. All right. Have a bit more. So let's start with the blast furnace. These are all very big, very big things. And let's not forget a bit of handcrafting while we're going. Blast furnace. So the blast furnace here, it takes up, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5. All right, let's put in a 5 by 5 square here. I think that's 5 by 5. And you'll go, what am I planning on kind of doing? We'll go here for now. We'll just go here for now and see how it works. All right. So what are we going to make? We're going to make iron ingots. We need fuel. That's a little a little annoying. I won't lie, because we are a bit low on fuel. I mean that needs fuel too, so I guess it's. But we also need power for this, so we're gonna have to expand our algae production yet again. That's okay. That is okay though. We'll work it out. So this would take. Let's get some more of this stuff happening. I'm actually gonna make 5 of them and 5 of them. It's very, very rich, but we've got a little bit of iron floating around. Alright, how are we going up here for stone brick? Ooh, that's looking good. Alright, we can make one of those, and then we'll make one of those. Now, we haven't even looked at ratios, of course. I think we're probably way off on the ratios. I know vague recollections of this kind of being multiples needed for what are we missing? We're short on steel plate. Really, we had the perfect amount. I must have used it for something else. I don't actually want to do that. We are going to need a little bit more steel plate though. Okay, casting machine, there we go. So for this thing to work, this produces 24 iron ingots in 4 seconds, crafting speed of 1. This goes into the induction furnace, which is exactly the same size, which is pretty convenient, really. Induction furnace, all right. So you are making molten from iron ingots, and you are using 12 iron ingots in 4 seconds. And this is creating 24 iron ingots in 4 seconds. All right, well, if we had enough iron ore coming in, we would actually get 2 of these out of one of these, wouldn't we? Is that right? Did I do that? 12 every 4 seconds, and yeah, 24 every 4 seconds. Okay, so that's great. You're producing then 120 in 4 seconds, and we have a casting machine. They're much smaller, aren't they? Yes, they are. That looks like a 3x3 if ever I've seen one. There we go. So if we have a casting machine here, going in like that, and then you are using 40 molten ore in 4 seconds to make 4 iron plate. All right. Well. So we can have 3 of these off one of these and 2 of these off one of these. But again, I don't think we have an issue. Just yet of running out of oversupplying of iron ore. All right, so let's get you going to the right and dropping off some iron ore, so we can actually start this off. And see what all the fuss is about, shall we? There you go. It's gonna block up if we don't do this soon. There you go. Okay. All right. So let's actually that's probably roughly the size we need. Instead of handcrafting wooden boards, actually, what I should be handcrafting is some of these. All right, because they do take a little bit to handcraft. Okay, there we go. Let's get this process kicking. What am I going to need? A little bit more of this, something like that. We'll need some power here, and probably a couple here. Maybe not a couple initially, but certainly in the future we'll need a couple. And I'm actually out of inserters, so we'll go back to 1. We'll go back to 1 for now because that's all we need. All right. Then our output, we need to get the pipe going. We do also need to just grab a little bit of charcoal. We can actually grab all of this charcoal because this shouldn't be doing anything. How did you get through? All right. You can go in there and you can go in there. All right. So there we have it. Yeah, we're definitely not creating enough iron ore, but that's okay. You over here need power, and we'll also need a box. So if we can do that, we can do that. Let's get a box here, and then some iron plate going here. All right. So there we have it. We have iron production, a little bit more ore going into the iron. Now, why is this? Why is there iron over here? Why is there iron over here? What is going on? What is going on with the output here that we're getting iron coming through? I'm not sure why we were getting iron over there, but let's pump it in there. We've got a little bit of crap on in our inventory as well. All right, well that is going. Now we want to do the same thing for copper. Let's grab a little bit more steel. Might as well grab that copper. Oh, you're out of charcoal. We are out of power. All right, let's do what? Well, let's no, not the ingots. Have all the ingots. I want to grab half of you, and we'll pop you over here. There we go. Grab those. We want to make one of those, and one of these. We're actually out of a lot of things for that. Luckily, we have a little production line happening. Let's grab that much steel. We'll cancel that lot of power poles, but this lot will do. And yep, that's fine. All right. And then once that's done, let's put some of those wooden boards to use and handcraft a bunch of these. All right. And then we're back to building up this power. So let's while this is all happening, let's have a bit of a look at FNEI. There's got to be a better way. To make charcoal. Is there a better way to make charcoal? Crushed coal. All right. Well, there's not really, because the only way we can make crushed coal is from wood. Yeah, and we're not making wood. That's for sure. 2 wood into 1 coal. Alright, yeah, so what's our next step? What can we turn charcoal into in the future? Is there a better version of charcoal? Solid fuel? That's requiring oil. Oh yeah, steam cracking can give us carbon, which is 8 into 9, so that's not a huge increase. We need charcoal to make our tin. Alright, yada yada yada. We're getting a little bit advanced up the order there. So, I mean, charcoal is basically our factory, our energy factory at the moment. Well, what's going on here? You are blocking up. We're getting more iron. There's still iron coming through here. I'm not sure where. I forgot about you. Oh, I forgot about you. Okay. My bad. Let's pick all this up for now. You can have all our slag. Yeah, look at that. Okay. All right. We'll fix that up. Somehow. What are we going to do? Well, really, once we've built the copper, we can just fix this whole thing up properly, can't we? Now we have the blast furnace, we have the induction furnace. We're just missing this guy, which is missing some stone brick. Have some more stone, and we'll come back for that. Because for now we'll want to do this. All right, so this was a 5, a 5, and a 3. Kind of like the pattern. And then go back to ones. We've got 1 here. We've got 2 here. We got one down here. I've got a bad feeling though that this is actually going to change now that I think about it, because of the rotation and the angle that this thing puts out. Yep, that's what I thought. Ah, wasted. All right, that's okay. That's okay. We'll deal with. Oh, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it as I waste even more. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. So you are going to be making that. You are going to be making that. And then you are going to be making that. Alright, and we'll put some copper there. We'll put one of these here. Let's actually stop that. Let's put one of those there, and that's a problem. There we go. Problem solved. And then you end up down here. Alright, let's get one of these. Let's get a few more of those. Right there and right there. And of course, now we can change all this. Now we can change all this to do this, except at this point we want to output to the right, the left, some slag. Alright, so slag comes out this way. Slag comes out this way and then marries up over here. We can rip this out and we can rip that out. There we go. Alright, wonderful. Now you, my friend, need a little bit of that, just a wee bit. And we are all set up. We are all set up. Yeah, look, it's not the fanciest little setup, is it? But it's a setup. And what do we got? We got 100 iron plate already. It's lovely. So we are getting, so instead of 3 iron ore going in to 4 plate, instead of 4 iron ore making 3 plates, we're now getting 4 iron ore making 4 plates. So that's a 30% increase in efficiency, which is directly, I mean, a 30% increase in output of this situation. This here needs to be fixed, and we can get rid of these ores now. You go there, and you go there. All right. So we're back to worrying about this whole setup. So wood pellets. We're still not getting enough fiber. Still not getting enough fiber to make all the wood pellets we want to be making. We've got a decent stack of alginic acid. It looks like we're surviving. The brown algae is kind of staying relatively flat. Except for this one, which is about to overflow. So be it. What's our power looking like over here? So we have got that double dedicated power going here. That is pretty good. Let's have a quick look at our research option. So cold processing allows us to do the carbon. Which we will need. We will need to do this to unlock the next level of research of this stuff, because we need carbon for one of these maybe. Someone needs carbon, but not quite yet. Steam engines 2 and boilers 2, they're just a space saver. Not high on the priorities list. We don't have the output of materials to support that. Garden processing. Now, garden processing at some point in the future allows us to get like a biofuel. Let's see if we can't track that down. Let's go into FNEI. Fuel oil. All right. Fuel oil from nutrient pulp, and this is kind of the farming route, I think. biomass refining 2, vegetable oil refining, plant processing. Yes, that's kind of where I was thinking it would be. All right. So where is plant processing? It is in green science. It's a long way away. Farming into nutrient paste is also behind green science. All right. So well, what's required for green science? Green circuits. Oh my goodness! Micro wafer stamp, iron plate. That's interesting. I feel like this has changed since, or maybe it's because of the Seablock mod pack, but I don't remember this being the same for green circuits. Reaction nodes. Yeah, okay. Reaction nodes and that make and a green circuit. No, this is specific instrumentation. It's not a green circuit. Not a green circuit. Maybe it is. It looks like a green circuit, but it's part of the research. All right. But that's just iron, or we need lead. Okay. And tin. Lead and tin before we can get green. Before we can get green science. So, nitrogen processing? Oh, air filters. That's a power issue though. Advanced mechanical refining. Well, that'd be nice if we actually had any of the resources available to us. But we will. No, we won't. We're gonna get bobmonium soon, which I think that's actually okay. That is our next step. That's what we need to be looking for. Is what have we got here? We've got hydrogen sulfide. All right. What we need to do is we need to turn this hydrogen sulfide into sulfuric acid. So we're going to need Chem Plants, which need just iron. That's pretty sweet. Hydrogen sulfide into sulfur. Yeah, hydrogen sulfide into sulfur. Sulfur into sulfur dioxide gas. Yep, and then sulfur dioxide gas and purified water into sulfuric acid. Where do we get purified water from? Well, we get it from oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. Easy peasy. We also had the hydro plant. I remember that. We're making saline water. Yeah, that's 100 a second, whereas this other one makes 102 seconds and requires oxygen and hydrogen. But we are burning off oxygen and hydrogen repeatedly, constantly. So, all right, let's make some chem plants. If I knew where a chemical plant was, probably in chemical processing, petrochem. There we go. All right, we're gonna need a couple. One to turn to hydrogen, one to turn into hydrogen. One to turn into sulfur, one to make sulfur dioxide, and then one to make the other thing. All right, three plants. Let's see how that pans out. All in the name of sulfuric acid. Where am I going to put this? I kind of want to do the slag processing in here. So we probably should just temporarily make a big area over here where we'll do our make some oh no bad. Actually, I just realized that's not so bad anymore, is it? Dang it. I think they still pump water if you landfill over them, and they're called, like, instead of offshore pumps, they changed to wells or something. Anyway, let's have a look at this first. Okay. So somehow we would need to get this around over to this side, which would not be a problem, surely. So hydrogen sulfide gas and oxygen gas makes sulfur. And then I don't know, let's just put them here. So that would make sulfur. No, yes, sulfur. And then sulfur and oxygen makes sulfur dioxide. And then sulfur dioxide and purified water make sulfuric acid. Oh, excuse me. Alright, and to get the purified water, we need the hydro plant or this one, which is an electrolyzer. Alright, let's do that. There's an electrolyzer. Alright, so I'm thinking this kind of needs to be offset. So this needs to be here. This next one needs to be here. So this is that, and this is that. And this way we can get kind of the oxygen going in there and there. And then this one swings around kind of like this, and we get that, and we get the water. Okay, well no, maybe you swing around like this. Is that the right way? Let's fingers crossed that's the right way. No, the water comes in at the bottom. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? All right. So you would be in there like that, and then our electrolyzer would sit. Yeah, it would sit over here like this, and it's pretty big. Pretty big. It's not that big. I think it's that big. 5 by 5. And like that. And you're making purified water. No. Oh gosh. That's using purified water. Ah, that was the wrong way around. I'm sure someone's yelling at me on that one. Purified water comes from... yeah, that's a chemical plant. Oh, another chemical plant, not an electrolyzer. All right. Well, we've wasted some materials. We'll live. All right. So you then are making purified water. Okay. Now the dreaded hooking up of all this. That's kind of like that. We've got some oxygen that we can tap into over here. I'll rip that out for now. I'm gonna need to stop all this, and we're gonna need to make some more piping. How are we doing? Oh, that is pretty good, isn't it? All right, let's handcraft some piping. Let's get say 10 of those, and then I don't know, a bunch of them, 50 of them. Yep, we've still got heaps of copper. Yeah, things are going all right. Things are going okay. All right. So with all this copper, you need to go in there. You need to go in there, and you need to go like that. We need to hook the water up there, and you up there. All right, bit of a crossover. That's unfortunate. A little better design would have fixed that up. We need to somehow get this. That is not what we want to do. All right. So you are going to have to come out this way and down that way. Why aren't you powered up now? Well, there you go. Now you are. All right. You go in there. Let's get rid of the mud that we just picked up. So this hydrogen sulfide, if I've done this correctly, I should be able to just run that up there, and then we've got directly from here. It is. Okay. We have done that correctly. We'll need some power there. We'll need some power there, and we'll need some power like that. You are going to go into there. Alright, so first things first, we need to get some oxygen up here. Like that. And oops. Alright, like that. Okay, so now we have oxygen. We are making sulfur. We're making sulfur, nice and easy. We're making sulfur dioxide gas. And now we just need some oxygen in here as well. And we can get that. We can get that coming up here. We could do it there. Let's just try and make it as close as possible. As close as possible. All right. Should make a few more of these. Got a lot of copper. A lot of copper. All right. And looks like there. And then we'll put this one on a line here. And oops, I need to go one more there. All right. I actually quite like the look of this copper piping. It's quite nice. All right. Anyway, now we're making purified water. Now we're making sulfur dioxide gas. Now we're going to put in some very tiny amount of storage. And yeah, there we go. Now we have sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid. Hey, all right. All right. I mean, we're going to call it there because we're at 36 minutes now, and I was just going to look into it, and suddenly we made it. Suddenly we made it. Which is nice because now we're starting to use some of these byproducts that we've been building up. We're actually we're still flaring off some oxygen, so we're not using as much as we're creating. The hydrogen sulfide is actually quite slow. That's what's slowing down the production of sulfuric acid. But that's our first step. Now that we have sulfuric acid. We are going to turn that into some slag slurry, and that is done in a liquefier. Yep, and then our slag slurry with purified water again. We can make mineral sludge. We need a charcoal filter. We need more charcoal, but we can make mineral slurry from that. And then our mineral slurry can make the next level of ores, rubite and bobmonium. But not jivolite. Not jivolite yet. We don't need jivolite yet. But rubite and bobmonium will give us the tin and lead that we so desperately need. Anyway, feel like really good progress. Let's not worry about our power. Let's ignore that for now. We'll sort that out maybe next episode. But having this going, and honestly, having this separate power network means that it doesn't matter that this whole thing is running low on power. It just goes a bit slower, which is pretty cool, actually. Again, Johnny Bandit, great little suggestion there a few episodes ago. It makes us able to do things like this and then sort out our power later without running into a death spiral. So, good stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. We got our higher level, more efficient production of iron and copper, and we're working our way towards lead and tin. Lots of progress, way more than the last few episodes. Quite happy with that, and we're really starting to get into some nice exciting builds now. So lots of things to look forward to, and you know what that means. It's time to say a huge thank you to my patrons, and see you tomorrow.